This spin around. Beanie in the bedroom, heading in a different direction. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, if anyone knows what I could use on the natural swamp ash, Washburn N4, to get the bird's eye maple neck to pop without like staining it, let me know. I've been trying to look into it. Everything is stain, and even the true oil that you could use on rifles and all. It just it darkens the wood. I just want it to sparkle, shine, pop a little bit more. So, yeah, I'm heading in a different direction. So, what I did was I was thinking about this last night, and I was going to move my, by the way, that's my line 6. Little tiny thing I got for like 50 bucks from Sean in Sam Ash in Clearwater. That's where Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson went at one time. There's a video of them in the store. I got that for my backing tracks for my that's coming out of my Boss RC3 loop station, and I just load them. I've been asked this before. I just load them from YouTube. I find YouTube backing tracks and I just put it in there. Sometimes I'll just put the solo part. Sometimes the whole song. Sometimes I'll just hear something and I hear what to play to it in my head, and I download it, and that's how I make the stuff up. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't read or write music. 3 lessons, that's it. So I turn it around where I used to face that way and have the camera over there on an angle, trying to get the amp that's in the closet. And like I said last night, I was thinking about it, what I can do. Sometimes I come in here in the middle of the night and I just grab a guitar and I just start playing it for no good reason other than that I just can't sleep. I get 4 to 5 hours of sleep to sleep at night on average. And this whole thing with the sound was like bothering me, because when I go to play out, you know, I have my amp here, I had it here. When I played with my band, I always had it over my right shoulder, and I was here, my drummer was here, my bass player was here. I was always on the right side facing the audience. Not that I'm following anybody, any of my favorite guitarists, only because my right ear, the hearing isn't as good as my left. Because not only from playing for I don't know how many years and you're done, you know, playing out somewhere or jamming, you know, at a set and your ears are ringing. But mainly because of shooting. And yes, before I get comments, we do, every time I went to shoot, I had on ear protection. When I was working security in the private sector, we got free range time because we were also being certified by, you know, FBI combat shooting and Suffolk County Police Department, use of deadly force on the job, so on and so forth. And just once a week, we would just shoot a couple of rounds at the range, and just so that you don't jump. I see it all the time at the range. People jumping, even, you know, like I can tell their new timers, or even someone that's been shooting. If I see them there, you know, like 3 weeks in a row, I see them still, and when they click, they're doing that, so that, you know, they're still nervous about the gun, and then when it goes off, they're still a little jittery. So I did that mainly because one of my partners that I had, I had 3 standard partners. I just didn't trust him. You know, he was ex-military, and you know, he was a good guy. His name was Pete. Got along with him great. He was my main partner throughout. But I would have, if something went down and we were out somewhere, I would use him as a shield, because we had a situation one night, and he was like a deer in headlights. He was white knuckled on the steering wheel, and he was frozen. He couldn't do anything. So so yeah, I would do that so that no one, you know, if we're out somewhere and we hear a pop, no one jumps and you know, the whole bit. But I did, you know, back in the day when I was younger, you know, I did go to the outdoor range, and I never wore ear protection. I was outside. I didn't care. But it still is very important. So this ear is a little toasted. So when I had the amp, the Eddie Van Halen 5150 Iconic 3 40 watt over there on that side of the room, and I'll show you the room at the end if I remember. I had it on top of the Hope chest, and the sound was coming to my left, and I really was like digging the sound. I was like, wow, this sounds really good. And then when I sold my half stack and I moved it over here in the closet where the half stack was, I just, you know, I every day I came in here and it sounded different. And I would always check, I took a picture of the knobs, how I have the settings. And I would always check and make sure everything is right. Check the pedals, make sure the knobs on the pedal are in the same exact spot. And I should do what Bonamassa said to do, just put, you know, tape over them so they don't move at all. And it was like every day I was like, no, that doesn't sounds different today. And then I'll leave, I'll come in here, I'll play for like an hour, and then I'll come back in, you know, like an hour or two later and play for like another 2 hours. And then I'm like, oh, this is the sound that I like. And I didn't do anything. So with that, I took the second set of closet, you know, the accordion doors, panel doors, off because they were coming out to about here. And they were blocking half of my Gary Moore, Peter Green 59 in the pictures. I did a test run that I put up, just like a short on YouTube, just to see how it sounds with the speaker behind me and the amp over here. And this is my first time playing it with the pedal board in front of me. The first one, the pedal board was behind me. So I moved the pedal board in front of me, moved all the cables, you know, this way, the whole bit, and see what happens. Because when I play out, like when I go to Hank's Guitar Shop in Clearwater, they have a nice big bass amp. I think it's a 15-inch speaker in there, that I plugged the pedal right into that, and it's right behind me. And then I had the amp here, and I was like, that sounds really good. You know, I'm used to that now. I could really adjust the balance between the amp for the loop pedal and my amp. So I was like, let me do that and see what happens. It sounded pretty good. So let me see what happens now with this whole deal. And hopefully everything will be copacetic. And again, like I said, if anyone knows no, there. Why is that? Yeah, that's on. Oh, bonehead. Okay. Well, I should leave that off until I plug it in. I'm wondering why, you know, I hit the tuning pedal and I hear nothing. Why? Because I didn't plug it in. Wow. What a difference. Hit the standby. By the way, I had to put a piece of felt. You know how you get those two pieces, you know, the two piece of Velcro that I use so I get the wide stuff for the pedals. I put a piece over the switch in the back where you could go from 40 watt to 20 watt because I forgot to turn off the amp one night. Came in the next day, I was so worried that I left it on all night. Right in tune. Yeah, Floyd Rose 1000. right in tune. And I've been putting the AC on during the day and heat during the night here in Florida because the weather has been crazy. And you can see I've already changed the knob. That's the only thing I did. And I sanded the back of the neck because you can't tell, you don't see a difference because I sanded it. It's just smoother. For some reason, it had some rough spots on it that you could feel with your fingers. So I just took the sandpaper, I think it was 360 grit, and just sanded it, wiped it down, sanded it, wiped it until it got nice and smooth. So, yeah, where was I going? I don't know. Let's make some noise. And see, it sounds so much better coming. From the left and to the right. So, whatever this is. I did write them down. Alright, so yeah, I made a couple of mistakes on that one there. Yeah, I'm getting used to the thing. In a way, it's good that I hear it behind me, like at the store. But I can't really tell 100% if the volumes are leveled. So what I plan on doing next time I play out, I'll record it. But I will have my amp like right here, almost on an angle, so I can catch it and it'll be directed out at the audience. Yeah, you hear that? See what I started doing? I started turning up the reverb. The reverb on this amp sounds better than any reverb I've ever had when I'm playing gain. Now, clean is a different story, but when I have gain on, this is just the overdrive. So I went from overdrive to the dirty boost stack, overdrive off, dirty boost on, and then here's just the gain from the end. Come on now. I win the award for sloppiest playing today, for sure. So yeah, I'm going to mess around with this a little bit and see what happens. I think this is going to work. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I again, because I never beg for people to like and subscribe to my channel, and I never will, and I don't want you to if you don't want to. I'm not begging because I need clicks or have my algorithm, whatever you call it, go up or to get more subscribers. I don't care. I don't do it for that. So, but I do want to thank everybody that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I get a bigger kick out of someone leaving a comment myself, as long as it's not a nasty, derogatory kind of comment, because I don't know what I'm doing. I know sometimes I'm not playing in the right key, and that's it. What can I say? So thanks for watching. Have a good day. And that just rhymed. And of course it didn't work. You know why? Because I didn't have it on. Come on now. One more try.